Hello everyone, and welcome to Remedy Entertainment's 2018 financial review. My name is Tero Virtala, I'm the CEO of Remedy, and with me is our Chief Financial Officer, Terhi Kauppi. In this presentation, we'll first go through the main events and developments of 2018. Then Terhi will have a closer look at the financials, and we'll summarize the outlook for 2019. Overall, at Remedy, we had a good year. Our revenue was 20.1 million euros in 2018. It grew 17% compared to 2017. And it's good to note that this revenue growth happened without any game launches in 2018. Our EBIT was 0.6 million euros. That was a decrease of 70% compared to 2017, but the EBIT was still positive in the midst of strong investments that happened in 2018. So we see this is a good level for 2018. Our cash position is strong. We have been profitable despite of the growth investments made, and this enables us to pay dividend and still retain a strong cash position. Due to this, the board of directors proposes dividend distribution of 0.1 euros per share. The revenue growth was mainly due to the multi-project model that proceeded well. So two of our big projects proceeded into full production phase, which was according to the plans that we had. And as in both of these projects, we have a partner that is either partially or fully funding the development. The moving towards full production mode then also meant a bit higher development fees from our partners, and that resulted in the overall revenue growth. EBIT, on the other hand, was affected by the investments we made for the future growth. Our personnel, the headcount, grew during 2018, and we also did investments in some of the support functions and underlying infrastructure. It's good to also note that no product development costs were capitalized. The main events in relation to the games we developed in 2018. First of all, we have been now collaborating for 3 years with Smilegate. Operation Frost, which is the single-player campaign mode that we have been developing for the CROSSFIRE, that first project was completed in fall 2018. Everything has went well with the collaboration. We are really enthusiastic on the CROSSFIRE universe. The collaboration with Smilegate has been good. Smilegate is happy with Remedy. So immediately after the first project, we started a new CROSSFIRE game project with Smilegate. Control, which is another big game project that we have in full production mode. We are developing that game and own the brand. Publisher is 505 Games. Control was announced in June 2018 at E3 Los Angeles. We have a specific marketing deal with Sony, and the reveal of the game at E3 happened in the PlayStation media briefing. In relation to other games and announcements that were made, it was announced that Alan Wake is being prepared for a TV series with our US-based production house partner Contradiction Films. And in 2017, much earlier, Alan Wake was taken out of the digital gaming stores due to the expiry of music licenses. Those music licenses were now renegotiated and Alan Wake returned to digital stores. We also announced in the summer 2018 that a new Vanguard game development team had been formed. When evaluating 2018 overall, it's actually good to take a bit broader view. 2017 and 2018 have been years of transformations for Remedy. We have been changing as a company. We have been building a basis that will enable stronger future growth. In order to do that, end of 2016 we defined a new strategy that was based on 3 key pillars. First of all, we wanted to continue making games that stand out in the market and have a potential to expand into long-term, long-lasting franchises. Secondly, we decided to change from a single project organization into a multi-project organization. And thirdly, we started to seek for a stronger position in the value chain. And overall, during 2017 and 2018, this transformation has proceeded well. We have been able to proceed according to this set strategy. When we look at the first pillar, we already 2 years ago had a strong basis for creating games that stand out and can expand into long-term franchises. We have a long and successful track record in this respect. We have always built games that are based on memorable characters, immersive stories, engaging worlds, combined with high-quality polished action gameplay. We have continued on that path, but systematically developing our competencies and developing our games into a direction that they will provide longer-term gameplay experiences for the players. Examples on how we have been doing have been long-lasting gameplay mechanics and new storytelling techniques that will be seen in our future games. In relation to the second pillar that we set out, the scalability, the change towards multi-project model, this has required a bigger change for us during the past 2 years' time. We used to be a single project organization where the whole company was at time focused on developing and delivering one game. Now during the past 2 years' time, we have pulled off a big change, big transformation, where we have a centralized technology and tools team Northlight that's able to develop the technology base systematically further and at the same time serve multiple game projects. We have some centralized competence areas and services in our shared service unit, and we have more autonomously led project teams that are able to focus on their specific project. At the moment, we have these two big projects, CROSSFIRE and Control, in a full production mode with a bigger team, and then we have two additional smaller teams in earlier phases of their life cycle. And in relation to third pillar, we have been building our stronger position in the value chain further step by step. We started 2 years ago, a bit over 2 years ago, with our partner brand CROSSFIRE that is owned by Smilegate. We have a really well-working relationship and collaboration with Smilegate. That is a key part of our business also going further. During the 2 years' time, we have been able to expand with the multi-project model, and the other projects that we have, Control, our unannounced third project, and Vanguard, are brands created and owned by Remedy. So overall, as said, we have been able to proceed according to the set strategy, and the developments in 2018 show this same as well. So let's have a closer look at the current ongoing projects: CROSSFIRE, Control, the unannounced third project, and Vanguard team. CROSSFIRE, for those of you not yet familiar with CROSSFIRE, it is one of the world's most popular first-person shooter games. During the past decade, it has had over 600 million registered users, over 8 million concurrent simultaneous players in close to 100 countries. CROSSFIRE has been created and is owned by Smilegate, and it has been a gigantic success. Has been generating over $1 billion in revenue annually. What Smilegate has been interested in collaboration with Remedy is that together we are creating the next big phase in CROSSFIRE. Remedy has been working on a single-player campaign mode, which has now been revealed for the first time to be Operation First Frost. And that project has now been completed. It's been a successful project for Remedy, and at the same time it has built us further as a company, built us competencies that we didn't have years ago, As an example, this has been our first-person shooter game. The project went well, and now Smilegate and us are continuing the collaboration with a new CROSSFIRE project. Business-wise, our revenues from this collaboration are based on the development payments that Smilegate is paying us for the work we do, and then also we have a potential royalty opportunity depending on the success of the game once it launches. The overall distribution, marketing, communications, publishing matters are handled by Smilegate. Control. This is an IP and brand created and owned by us, Remedy. It's a third-person action-adventure game in which the player plays the protagonist Jesse Faden, mastering supernatural abilities in an unpredictable world, trying to regain control in the game. The game is currently in full production mode. It's being developed by Remedy. The publisher of the games is 505 Games. And the game is coming out this year, 2019, for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. The game was announced, as just mentioned, as part of Sony's PlayStation media briefing at E3 June 2018. So far, many major gaming medias have spotted the game. The reception already at reveal was good, and at the end of 2018, additionally, many gaming media listed Control as one of the most anticipated games of 2019, so the setting for a successful launch is good. Business-wise, 505 Games is paying part of the development fees of the project. Remedy is self-investing part of that. And then once the game launches in the market, we are sharing the game sales revenues. Remedy getting 45% of the net revenues. In relation to our third project, that is still unannounced. The game is based on our strategy of developing longer-lasting games and franchises. It's currently in early phases, in conception and design phase, which then also includes the team building for the project. Vanguard team was announced in summer 2018. We have an objective of creating a long-lasting service-based multiplayer games, but doing it in a way that we can utilize selected unique Remedy strengths and again have a game that will stand out and be different compared to many other games out there. We have currently a small team working on designs and prototyping in Vanguard. We have been now talking about games, how we make games that stand out, the technology that supports all these games, how our ways of working have been developing, and at the heart of all this are talented and motivated people. We are currently 220 people, have been steadily growing our personnel in order to be ready for the stronger growth that we see the multi-project model with a stronger position in the value chain does provide. We are a very international crew. We are all based in one location in Espoo, Finland, but still we represent 24 nationalities and almost half of the personnel comes outside of Finland. In relation to our people, we have all the time had a strong focus on attracting the right type of talent, keeping and engaging this talent into the type of work that we need and the type of work that these people feel motivated. And the first part of having the focus on the personnel is systematically attracting the right talent for us. So overall, the game market is growing. There is a tough competition for talent that is obvious for all the gaming companies out there. To attract talent, the recruitment has to be really systematic and professional, and we have been putting a lot of effort into making that happen during the past 1.5 years' time. So as an example, when we look at 2018, we were able to recruit 63 high-quality professionals that we see are a good fit for Remedy and to whom we believe that Remedy is a great fit. In order to get these 63 people, we received over 2,700 applications, and these were good quality applications. So we have been also evaluating and developing further all the time the recruitment partners with whom we work, the channels that we are using, the type of job ads that we are using, and now receiving 2,700 good quality applications has been an important starting point. In addition to that, we have been very systematic in developing our internal recruitment process so that we are able to process and funnel these people and evaluate them and do it efficiently. And I'm very happy to say that this has been working well. We are still developing it further, but this is one important building block when we go further. Additionally, when we have been developing the external recruitment, we have at the same time been developing our internal recruitment and career paths that we can provide to our people. Often, it's actually possible to fulfill a challenging role from someone who has been systematically growing internally towards that and then find the external candidate for another role. And I'm also happy to say that we have been able to proceed very well on that, having had 40 internal promotions during 2018. And while attracting new talent, of course, is one of the key focuses that we have had, the even more important one has naturally been the talents that we already have. To have them, to continue to have them happily working for us, we have had a strong focus to engage and support our people and their teams to succeed. For us, this has meant that in addition to being a valued employer with a solid reputation, we have been all the time making sure that we have motivating and interesting projects and roles for our people, that they are right fit for every and each individual, that there is a good atmosphere, we have a good leadership, ways of working, we provide interesting career paths and personal development opportunities, and that the reward and work-life balance are in order. And when we are developing that, of course, as a company, we need to have our vision where we are taking the company, how we are developing these. We need to listen and discuss with our key people, but we are also more and more using data, pure objective data. One example of that is that in 2018, we took into use an employment engagement and analytics tool called Beacon. So with Beacon, we are gathering systematically feedback against number of criteria directly from all of our people regularly, letting them evaluate what works well, what doesn't work, what should be improved on, and we can then have as a feedback kind of like views on both on how our project works, how the management works, how different disciplines are working, how are the different supervisory groups working. And this provides us one additional point of view on the matters, how we are doing and what should we develop further. Currently, the average score is 8.3 out of 10, which is above the benchmark companies, which are our size technology companies that have a special focus on the personnel matters in Europe and US. So overall, 2000 and 2018, they have been the years of transformation, when we have been building the basis for future growth. We have been changing from one project organization to multi-project organization. We have a successful, well-ongoing, important collaboration with Smilegate on CROSSFIRE, and we have 3 Remedy-owned IPs in development: Control, the third project, and the Vanguard team. And the games are going into a direction where we have been all the time planning them to go. So overall, development-wise, it has been a good phase. 2018 has had many important developments as planned. And at this stage, I'll let Terhi to go in a bit more detail on the financial side.
Yes, I will go through the key figures for 2018 a little bit more in detail. First of all, when looking at the revenue, it was over 20 million euros for the first time ever. It grew by 23.3% in second half and over 17% for the full financial year of 2018. That's growth of almost 3 million euros. Our revenue growth was positively affected by having 2 projects in full production mode and them having milestones achieved. On the other hand, lack of game releases limited the growth. Our EBIT was strong in second half, almost 1 million euros, which is 9.1% of the revenue. In full year 2018, EBIT was 600,000 and that's 3% of the revenue. Our EBIT was burdened by scaling up headcount for 2 projects in production mode, as well as securing needed support functions. We have about 60 to 70% of personnel working for projects in technology development, but we are not capitalizing any product development costs. This is to be noted when comparing Remedy with some peer companies. And we are also not reporting any adjusted numbers, so all of one-off type costs are also included in our EBIT. Our balance position is strong, 28 million euros, and our balance sheet structure is very simple and straightforward. There is no goodwill, for example, in the balance sheet. Our assets were increased by activating some of the office renovation costs. That was for about 2 million euros, and also the furniture and machinery bought here to the office for about 1 million euros. This increases our depreciation base and thus the depreciations in the future. Our cash position was 23 million euros. That is strong and increased by 400,000 euros, mainly due to the fact that our operating cash flow was 2.4 million euros positive during 2018, which is a strong indicator. The net cash was 20 million euros, and there we have deducted our technology loan for 3 million euros from cash position, and our technology loan increased by 1 million euros during 2018. Remedy has given out options to key personnel of 342,000 shares, and that gives them the fully diluted number of shares to around 12.4 million. Then, when looking at this chart, we can see that in the long run there has always been a pattern when launching a game has increased both the revenue and the EBIT percentage. And first of all, if we look at 2012, there we launched Alan Wake American Nightmare and Alan Wake PC version, and that's positively affecting both the revenue and EBIT percentage. And the similar kind of peak or peaks are in 2016, when Quantum Break was launched early during that year. And when looking further in 2019, as said, we are launching Control. And in future, as we aim for more steady launch of games, it creates also more steady basis not only for revenue growth, but also for more steady EBIT percentage level. In IP owned by Remedy like Control, we bear more development fees, but also have higher revenue share opportunity than in subcontracting model like CROSSFIRE, but there also we normally have royalty opportunity. Then, when looking at our EBIT analysis a little bit further, we can first go back to the net sales and see that it really comes from true mainstreams during 2018. The development fees from publishers Smilegate and 505 Games. And to some lesser extent, Alan Wake and Quantum Break royalties and sales. And on the other hand, the lack of new game launch is visible in the growth. Not visible in the chart, but still reported, we have other operating income, and there we had almost 500,000 less of technology subsidies during 2018 than 2017, and this has a direct profitability impact and is a bit blurring the comparability of 2017 and 18 EBIT levels. Staff expenses, and they represent about 60% of the total costs, they increased by 1.9 million euros. Our headcount in average increased by 23%, from average of 139 persons to 169 persons in 2018. And by the end of December we had 200 people, and now, like Tero said, we already have 220 people. Then when looking at the other operating costs, they increased by 1.5 million. And also from there we can see that about 70% of these costs are either directly or indirectly linked to staff increase. We also have now higher office rent level and maintenance level related to that. And we also upgraded and renewed our IT infrastructure during 2018. We do have there some one-off type expenses due to the office move and scaling up the recruiting capabilities. And as said, we are not adjusting our EBIT numbers, but if we were on the cost side, the adjustments between 2017 and 18 would be at about the same level. Then overall, we are considering our product development cost activation partially related to our new product developments. And that consideration is being done during 2019. And now I will give back to Tero for summary and outlook.
Thank you, Terhi. So, if we summarize the 2018 and then have a few words on the outlook for 2019. In 2018, we have carried out our transformation and investment successfully and as planned, and still have stayed profitable. Game projects, they have proceeded as planned. Operation Frost, our first CROSSFIRE project, was completed in fall 2018, and immediately after that project we started a new project with Smilegate. So the collaboration on CROSSFIRE with Smilegate is on a very good level. Control was revealed at E3 in Los Angeles in June 2018. The game was well received. It's now in a full production mode and will be released for PlayStation 4, Xbox One and PC in 2019. Additionally, we have small teams working on the unannounced third game project and Vanguard. These projects are still in very early phases. In relation to 2019 and in relation to years beyond 2019, our aim is to launch at least one new game or game expansion every year. In 2019, we expect revenue and EBIT to grow when compared to 2018, but it's also good to note that the majority of revenue and profitability growth is estimated to materialize during the second half of 2019. So, this was the financial review of 2018. Thank you everyone for watching.